Hey guys, this is going to be a bookshelf tour. It took a lot of time to put together. Oh my goodness, I did not know how long this was going to take, but it took a while. I'm going to go ahead and put some links on the screen so that you can click to whichever category you would most like to see. My bookshelves are organized by genre, so I will put the different genres with what time they come out in the video. You get what I'm saying. If you kind of want to skip ahead, if you want to skip some things, if you're not really into adult thrillers, you can skip that section and go to whatever you want to go to. So those links should be on the screen now, and thank you for watching. All right, bye.
Here we have my TBR shelf. Now these are just the books that I like to put on their own shelf because they're the things I want to read in the near future. Six of Crows, Leigh Bardugo. Crooked Kingdom, Leigh Bardugo. The Night Circus, Erin Morgenstern. The Darkest Corners, Kara Thomas. The Thousandth Floor, Katherine McGee. All the Light We Cannot See, Anthony Doerr. Replica, Lauren Oliver. Eleanor and Park, Rainbow Rowell. Before I Fall, Lauren Oliver. The First Time She Drowned, Carrie Kletter. Everybody Sees the Ants by A.S. King. The Creeping by Alexander Sorowi. The Sun Is Also a Star, Nicola Yoon. When We Collided by Emily Lord. The Selection by Kara Cass. The Someday Birds by Sally J. Pla. Wait for Me, Caroline Leach. One Blood Ruby. And By Your Side by Casey West. So that is my TBR shelf. Now we're going to go into my other bookshelves. So I have them organized by genre. So the first genre section that I'm going to show you is my YA contemporaries. I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. The Sky Is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson. The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. Second Chance Summer, Morgan Matson. Amy and Roger's Epic Detour, Morgan Matson. Since You've Been Gone, Morgan Matson. Every Day, David Leviathan. It Looks Like This, Rafi Mittelfeld. Summer Days and Summer Nights, it's an anthology. The Summer of Chasing Mermaids. 99 Days, Katie Katungo. The Duff by Cody Keplinger. The Disreputable History of Frankie Lando Banks. The Wolf Wilder by Catherine Randall. The Love That Split the World by Emily Henry. Dreamology, Lucy Keating. Parallel by Lauren Miller. The Problem with Forever, Jennifer L. Armentrout. Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon. Attachments by Rainbow Rowell. Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Landline by Rainbow Rowell. Ask the Passengers by A.S. King. To All the Boys I've Loved Before and P.S. I Still Love You by Ginny Han. Here we have the Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy. So we have The Summer I Turned Pretty, It's Not Summer Without You, and We'll Always Have Summer, and these are by Ginny Han. Delirium, Pandemonium, and Requiem by Lauren Oliver. Just One Day by Gail Forman. If I Stay and Where She Went by Gail Forman. Confess by Colleen Hoover. November 9 by Colleen Hoover. This takes the place of It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. It's on loan right now. An Abundance of Catherine, John Green. Paper Towns, John Green. Looking for Alaska by John Green. Rose Under Fire, Elizabeth Wine. My Lady Jane by Hand, Ashton, and Meadows. Saint Anything, Sarah Dessen. Just Listen by Sarah Dessen. Suicide Notes from Beautiful Girls by Lynn Weingarten. Say What You Will by Cami McGovern. Love Letters to the Dead by Ava Delaria. Ashes to Ashes by Jenny Han. Winger by Andrew Smith. Flowers in the Attic by V.C. Andrews. We All Looked Up by Tommy Wallach. Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Elira Saenz. The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian by Sherman Alexie. After by Anna Todd. Will Grayson by John Green and David Leviathan. All the Bright Places, Jennifer Niven. Why We Broke Up by Daniel Handler. The Evolution of Calpurnia Tate by Jacqueline Kelly. Tuck Everlasting by Natalie Babbitt. The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. And now we're going to go into another section of my bookshelf, which is my YA thrillers. I have just a few here, but I like to keep them apart from my adult thrillers. Beware That Girl by Teresa Toted. The Outliers by Kimberly McCrate. Slasher Girls and Monster Boys. Vanishing Girls by Lauren Oliver. This Is Where It Ends by Maureen Nijkamp. The Telling by Alexandra Slarowi. The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. Beautiful Disaster by Jimmy McGuire. What Lies Beneath by Richard Denny. A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. Now I'm going to show you where I keep my ARCs. I like to keep them all in one shelf so that I can easily see which ones are ARCs and which ones are coming out sooner than other ones. So here we are. Elon Musk in the Quest for a Fantastic Future. America's First Ladies by Kathleen Krull. Blood of Wonderland by Colleen Oakes. Grandpa's Great Escape by David Williams. Rise of Fire by Sophie Jordan. 100 Hours by Rachel Vincent. Miss Ellicott's School for the Magically Minded. Girl Code by Gonzalez and Hauser. Forever or a Long, Long Time by Celia Carter. Hunted by Megan Spooner. Lucky Girl by Amanda Maciel. The End of Our Story by Meg Haston. Chester and Gus by Cami McGovern. The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. Fireworks by Katie Katungo. Run the Risk by Allison Van Diepen. And The Freemason's Daughter by Shelley Sakier. So now we are at the YA fantasy sci-fi dystopian part of my bookshelves. So let's take a look. Heartless by Marissa Meyer. An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. The School for Good and Evil by Soman Chainani. City of Bones, City of Lost Souls, and City of Ashes, Cassandra Clare. Clockwork Princess, Clockwork Angel, Cassandra Clare. Shadow and Bone and Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. Serafina by Rachel Hartman. Cinder and Crest by Marissa Meyer. Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. Minders by Michelle Jaffe. The Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater. Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. The Raven Boys, The Dream Thieves, and Blue Lily Lily Boo by Maggie Stiefvater. The Wrath and the Dawn and The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Ahdieh. Rebel Belle by Rachel Hawkins. The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. The Magicians by Lev Grossman. 5 to 1 by Holly Bodger. The Unbecoming, The Evolution, and the Retribution of Mara Dyer. The Twilight Series. The Host by Stephanie Meyer. The Maze Runner by James Dashner. Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. Shatter Me and Unravel Me by Tahira Mafi. Divergent by Veronica Roth. The Book of Ivy by Amy Engel. Flawed by Cecilia Ahern. And The Curiosities by Stiefvater, Grattan, and Jovanov. We are now moving from the YA into the adult section of my bookshelf, so here are my adult thrillers. The Good Girl by Mary Kubica. The Secret Place by Tana French. The Marriage Plot by Jeffrey Eugenides. Faithful Place by Tana French. The Likeness by Tana French. Night Film by Marisha Pessel. The Luckiest Girl Alive by Jessica Knoll. The Disappearance at Devil's Rock by Paul Tremblay. This takes the place of A Head Full of Ghosts by Paul Tremblay. This is another book that I have on loan right now. The Passenger by Lisa Lutz. Everything's Eventual by Stephen King. Lissy's Story by Stephen King. 11/22/63 by Stephen King. Under the Dome by Stephen King. Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King. Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. Dark Places by Gillian Flynn. And Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. The Cuckoo's Calling, The Silkworm and Career of Evil by Robert Galbraith. You by Caroline Kepnes. And What the Dead Know by Laura Litt. So now we are moving on to my just adult fiction. I don't know how else to categorize these books, so that's what it is. The Help by Catherine Stockett. 19 Minutes of Storyteller and the Pack by Jodi Picoult. The 10th Circle, Sing You Home, and Change of Heart by Jodi Picoult. Armanda by Ernest Cline. The Hamilton Affair by Elizabeth Cobbs. Where'd You Go, Bernadette by Maria Semple. Mr. Penumbra's 24-Hour Bookstore by Robin Sloan. A Million Little Pieces by James Frey. Push by Sapphire. The American Heiress by Daisy Goodwin. The Art of Racing in the Rain by Garth Stein. We Should All Be Feminists by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Big Little Lies by Leanne Moriarty. The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. We Are All Called to Rise by Laura McBride. Life of Pi by Jan Martel. Middle Sex by Jeffrey Eugenides. Catch-22 by Joseph Heller. Room by Emma Donoghue. Fates and Furies by Lauren Groff. The Red House by Mark Haddon. Everything is Illuminated by Jonathan Safran Foer. The Martian by Andy Weir. The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. The Secret History by Donna Tartt. Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. 1+1 by Jojo Moyes. Reconstructing Amelia by Kimberly McCreight. White Oleander by Janet Fitch. Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Golden. The last bookshelf that I'm going to show you today in this book tour are books that give me life. They're just books that kind of represent everything that I am about. So, Open Wide the Freedom Gates by Dorothy Height. The Race Beat by Jean Roberts and Hank Kilburn. Race by Mark Arnson, A History Beyond Black and White. My Life with Martin Luther King Jr. by Coretta Scott King. The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. For Color Girls Who Have Considered Suicide When the Rainbow Is Enough. Race, Real Estate, and Uneven Development, The Kansas City Experience by Kevin Gotham. Learning While Black by Janice E. Hale. The Assassination of the Black Male Image by Earl O'Farry. Other People's Children, Cultural Conflict in the Classroom by Lisa Delpit. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. Dreams from My Father by Barack Obama. Coming of Age in Mississippi by Anne Moody. Multiplication is for White People, Raising Expectations for Other People's Children by Lisa Delpit. Savage Inequalities by Jonathan Kozol. The Souls of Black Folk by W.E.B. Du Bois. Wit, Will, and Walls by Betty Kilby Fisher. And here is my beautiful, beautiful Harry Potter shelf. Here I have Quidditch of the Ages, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and The Tales of Beetle and the Bard. Here are some magazines. Hamilton, represent! And my whole Harry Potter collection. And Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. There you have it.
Seriously, guys, that took forever. Forever. But it was worth it, and I hope you enjoyed it. All right, happy reading!